Good morning. So after last night I finished off here in the Kalibata War Cemetery. Today I have my wife with me because we want to go into the cemetery and visit somebody important or somebody who is not alive anymore. But so there is one thing we have to do before we go inside. We have to find something. So let's go see if we can get this thing first. Oh yeah, I think this is what we are looking for. Okay. We need flowers, right? Yeah, and rose water. Yeah, there. So they pack these flowers. What kind of flowers are these? You don't even know? Yeah, it's a mix of flowers and what's the green stuff?
Just like pandan.
Okay. And 2 bottles of rose water. Okay, we got the first thing we need. So to go inside here into the cemetery, you have to register here with your name, address, and how many people enter, sign. There's the officer here making sure everybody is signed in to go inside. Okay, terima kasih. So basically it's a cemetery of many soldiers who were fighting in different wars. I think so we're looking for my wife's grandfather. He's buried here on the cemetery. He was in the Navy?
Yeah.
He was in the Navy, yeah. So
Simon.
It's gonna be, the cemetery is quite big, so she's trying to find the name here, but it's gonna be even more harder to find his grave, so let's just figure it out for ourselves here. Okay, so he was buried in 1999 and we found his name here on the Simun Virio Mihajo. That's my wife's grandfather, her dad's father, who was in the Navy for a long time. And he even came as far as, I think you told me that he even was in Yugoslavia before, right? Like back a long time ago in
Europe.
Yeah, in Europe, like with the Indonesian Navy, because Yugoslavia was a friendly country of Indonesia. He was visiting the Yugoslavian Navy back in the 60s or 50s during Tito's time to see how the Yugoslavian Navy is set up, and yeah, just interesting history about her family, that actually somebody before we even came to exist was in Yugoslavia from her family, and then she would be married with me. That's yeah, interesting. It's a very nice setup here. You can see a lot of marble, like this interesting looking buildings here. It almost looks like a little bit like Bali style. And some Indonesian presidents and very important people buried here on the cemetery. And then along with them, I guess just a regular soldier. Here you can see it's starting even from 1945. The wall goes all around to, I don't know, some point in the year 2000 something, or even up to today. I'm not quite sure. But it's a huge cemetery. I have been here one time, and just to find her grandfather here is going to be not as easy, but I think we just have to see what year he was buried in, and that's like for all the soldiers. You can see the helmet here. Many soldiers who were fighting here. Some of them still even for the independence of Indonesia during the Dutch colonial times, and some after that. I'm not quite sure about her grandfather, if he was fighting in the Second World War, but it's Yeah, it's just an honor that somebody here in the family is buried on such an important place here in Jakarta. You have here this big monument with the Indonesian Garuda up there. It's quite, yeah, interesting cemetery. One of the nicest I have ever been to. So we get this very nice employee here from the cemetery in like a golf cart, take us around the cemetery, because the cemetery is actually very huge, and just to find the year 1999 where it is, I have no problems with walking, but my wife doesn't quite know where it is, so the employee would know all the different years where people were buried, and he's taking us directly to the spot where her grandfather would be. So let's see if we're gonna get to the right place. I like these trees, they're very nice and very
Sini ya?
beautiful.
Tanahnya ini.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, terima kasih.
Mari, sama-sama.
What a service. Well, it has not been that easy to find this grave here, because we had to walk all in between the rows. There's many graves for the year 1999, and we don't have the number of the grave. It's been a while since we were here last time. Number 247, Simun Wiryomi Harjo, Mayor Laut, NRP, whatever it is number 1224. Pun Lantamal, second. Born in 1925 on May 2nd, and died on
Just 5 days before my birthday.
April 1st, 1999. So at least my wife, she met him. She was born in 1997.
January 4th.
Oh, this is in January 4th, yeah. But you met your grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were almost 2 years old. Yeah, it's such an honor to be here. Without him, I would have never met my wife and would never be in Indonesia, right? So it's an honor to be here. Mayor Simun Wiryomi Harjo. So I just want to show you how
I will
this
take over.
works. I'm not sure how.
From up, from the board.
So this is
name.
the rose water from here.
Yeah.
You put over,
Yeah.
yeah, like this,
Yeah. Slowly and
Yeah.
down to here.
and here in the middle.
Yeah.
Helmet.
Yeah, helmet lah. So my grandpa not feeling hot.
Okay, and then the rest.
Yeah, you could do all over.
That's the rose water.
One bucket. One becher.
Here
Yeah.
of the water
Yeah. From up to down.
from
Up to down.
here
Yeah.
again. From up here, and then
To down.
here again.
Make everything wet.
Everything wet.
Yeah.
Why do you make everything wet?
Shower for him.
Oh, shower. Okay. Everything is wet. Shower.
But I think like one of family maybe change
The rocks.
the rocks here. They are very
Clean and nice.
clean, nice.
Yeah.
Still looks new, and here
Okay,
quiet
everything.
old.
Yeah.
See.
So then the
Flower gitu.
flowers.
Mhm.
Okay. Then you take like this in your hand.
Yeah, from up to down.
Again from here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this. And then again on here. All of it.
Yeah.
So even I have never met your grandpa, it's my honor to be here at his grave. We did our prayer. Just gonna put the helmet back here in the front, how it was before. Very nice grave. Somebody from the family came and got a new helmet, painted it, and everything looks nice. It's my second time here. I have been here first time
We meet.
yeah, in 2018, so 5 years ago, and here I'm back again. So Simon, see you again. Yeah.
Now Simon, they are best friends.
Okay. What a beautiful cemetery. And I really like these trees. They're so nice and green, the colors, everything nice here. It's in the middle of Jakarta here, and it's so, you still hear the traffic, but it's so quiet, peaceful, and a nice place to come. Before we leave the cemetery here, I just want to show you how impressive the gate here is. Well, not just the gate, like everything, all these buildings around here, the main entrance, like all the greens here, everything's lush, getting irrigated. The monument for the war heroes in the back there. Then we have here at the gate, like the different coat of arms, like, I don't know, Republic of Indonesia or the National Army. This here, I don't know what it is, Jales Veva. This must be the coat of arms for the Navy, which just means grandfather was part of it. So everything's really beautiful. There's like some very, like some of the biggest heroes, maybe like the generals, and there's even, I think, the Indonesian president.
Yeah, and even this guy went to in Amsterdam University.
Okay. So like there's some of the most important ones from the Indonesian military. In here, I don't know that many of them. I'm here because of Simon, my wife's grandfather. That's a very nice place. They must have here some like important personalities come here when they have like some ceremonies or something. Very beautiful place. Oh my god, guys, you won't believe this place here. We just came from this hallway with all these like important guys from the military and just walked into this room here. It's unbelievable, such a nice room, fully air conditioned. It's so cold in here, and there's hardly anybody around here on the cemetery, just a couple people visiting their family members. And it's not like you can even walk in here, just my wife, her grandfather's here, so she had to sign in and tell that she's visiting her grandfather, so we have access here. And we asked if we can go around. They said, yeah, you can visit any place here on the whole cemetery. So we walked into this room here, and there's more of these important people here from Indonesia. Some of the fighting for the independence of Indonesia, I think with the Dutch, and showing like these different dates and important places. And then there's this table here, just overlooking here outside the cemetery, and it's for state visitors. Like, just, can you even imagine? Here I sit down here, sitting at this very important table with like people. There's this book for foreign presidents and visitors, attendance of state visitors. There's the Prime Minister. Frank, President. No. Well, after I was in there looking through the book and doing my little video inside the room, one military guy came in and kicked me out, basically because of using my camera. And now we're just out on the cemetery again. And another interesting thing here is that they have this little part of the cemetery. There's Japanese soldiers here, Goro Yamano, Ishii, Yoshinami. There's more of them here in this part, and I was wondering why there's Japanese soldiers on an Indonesian cemetery, but the guy here talking to my wife explained that they joined the Indonesian military and they married, I think, Indonesian women. So basically they are here on the cemetery too as heroes, even though Japan occupied Indonesia during the Second World War. So this was kind of a weird situation here for me, why there would be Japanese soldiers here on the cemetery, but that's the story to it. We just walked across the cemetery where we parked our motorcycle, and we ordered soto, meat, right? Gogor soup with chicken, and there's like these spring rolls or something filled with rice noodles. I already had one portion, my wife just kind of finishing, but this stuff is so delicious, so good. Put some of these little Indonesian lime, squeeze inside, and like, oh my god, the taste is just so unbelievably good. Okay, that's it from the Kalibata War Heroes Cemetery. My wife just left to visit family here in Jakarta, and I'm continuing on my own. I just wanted her to come to the cemetery with me. That's how I yesterday planned my trip to come here to Kalibata, and went home to sleep, and then came here in the morning again to continue with her, because she would I could have asked her father for the grandfather's name. I might have done it by myself, I don't know, I'm not sure if they would have let me in, so it was easier for me to have a local, her as the granddaughter, to come to the cemetery and visit. Just kind of wanted to show you. So, and now I'm on the road again by myself. She's off to her family, and do my next 15 kilometers to finish the walk here in Jakarta. What a mess of wires. Poles here. This side here, just a crazy mess. They just love to have these millions of poles and wires. That just represents the country itself, how it is, how organized everything is. Here is a place where you can see how the garbage collection works. So you have many of these guys collecting stuff on these little carts. They bring it to this place here and unload it. So it's here in the back, they unload the stuff all on the ground. There's the smaller trucks which can go into residential areas. They will fill their trucks up. I hope they can just dump it, or they manually have to unload it here. And then there's an actual garbage truck here, and there's a big loader here. So he will load the garbage truck, and from here it goes to one of the biggest garbage mountains in the world, which we're gonna be seeing soon. So this is how garbage collection here in Jakarta works. It's quite much handling. It's not like in Europe where you just put the bins in the back and the bins, they load it automatically on, and basically just push a lever and it goes up in the truck, so you don't have to touch the garbage. In most cases you don't have to touch the garbage unless something falls out, but here everything is done manually until you come to one of these collection sites, and then from here on it gets on the truck, and then he can unload it on there. campsite. This southern stretch here, just kind of going in a straight line down to south. Nothing really to see other than just this mess of wires everywhere. Residential areas, a lot of traffic, gas station, and another 2 high-rise buildings getting built here in Jakarta. Sometimes when I look at these buildings, they just look like unfinished for the last 10 years, I don't know, or if it's any of these buildings look like this, I think the quality of these buildings is just not as good. Just basically some glass around, and from the outside it looks nice, but the actual building itself is they're very poorly built. Yeah. So I just came about this nice coffee shop here. It looks really cool. Too bad it's not open yet. I'm just on my walk. But this year, this is typical like from Bosnia. Then if you come to Bosnia, to Sarajevo, you will see this everywhere in the old town. People selling this, and you get a coffee in this with a little like sweet next to it, and just a little cup where you pour it in. And yeah, this just I see it for the first time here in Jakarta, so I'm really impressed. I wanted to have a coffee, but just too bad it's not open yet. But the coffee place looks really cool. So when do you open? At what time? Jam? Okay. After
1 o'clock.
Okay. So it's Friday. It's prayer time, and then they open later. Yeah, just I'm a little bit too early on my walk, but it's pretty cool. I just show you outside how they. It's called Kopi Pasir. So I just saw this from the outside. This is yeah. It reminds me of my home. So very cool place here. So actually he's he's giving me to try some tea. That's the coffee beans here, and that's the shell from the coffee bean. So I think
with lemon and honey.
Oh, with lemon and honey.
Yeah.
So they use the coffee shell, they dry it, and there's lemon, honey inside. So I guess I can try this one. Panas or dingin? Dingin.
Panas, dingin sama.
Dingin.
Original.
That's the original, yeah. But it's good. I never had coffee tea. Oh, a little bit lemon. Squeeze inside. Oh. Okay. Well, that's a first ever. That's tea from the coffee shell of the bee. Apa? This is
honey.
Honey. Oh, like honey syrup. That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, this makes it very sweet, and with the lemon inside. Very good. Very good tea. Very good tea. I'm impressed.
Finish boil and boil.
Yeah. Well then. Okay. So I'm back at the coffee place. What is it called? Kopi Pasir. Here, the coffee place. Kopi Pasir, right? That the name of the place. Kopi Pasir, yeah. Here in South Jakarta, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna have one of this Cascara tea, which is the tea from this coffee bean shells, and I want to try the Kopi Pasir. That's basically the coffee how we have it in Bosnia. So I just want to try it because it's I tried a little bit before when I was here, but he was just preparing the shop here to open. So I want to try this one and the other one and see how it tastes, and I'm pretty sure it's delicious. It's just a really nice, cool place, and I kind of on my walk here to Jakarta, I didn't want to move on. I just went to Alfamart and had something to drink and came back so I can try his delicious coffee. What is your name?
Indra.
Indra, yeah, nice to meet you, Indra. Thank you for preparing all this for me. Squeeze of lemon juice. Oh, even more lemon. So I like these kind of coffee places where they make unique things, and it's something you don't see very often. I'm not the kind of Starbucks guy to go drink Starbucks coffee, but this place here is, I had to stop in here and try, see all the stuff he has here for the coffee. Like, looks very cool. So it's a cold tea, there's a slice of lemon, and there's the coffee beans and the shells on top. It's really unique. And it's not even a plastic straw, it's a metal straw. Really good job. Okay, I think I'm gonna sit in here. It's a little bit cooler and not as loud like outside. Pretty unique. I never heard of this thing before. Okay, so another first one for me, it's fermented coffee. It's Arabica and Robusta from West Sumatra and from Chiude here, close to Bandung. So I don't think I ever had fermented coffee. So let's try this. Not bad. I'm just not used to drinking cold coffee, but the taste is good.
So Americano.
Yeah. So it's kind of Americano, but the taste is really good. Yeah, I like it. It's very good. So I have this tea and the fermented coffee. Very nice. Okay, I have another creation here. Gula Aren Pandan coffee. I think it's the cold brew coffee. Maybe fermented, I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. And that's the palm sugar inside. Coffee, cold coffee. I don't know if any other kinds of sweet syrup. And just let's try. Oh, very sweet, creamy.
You stick.
Stir?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to stir. Stir. Yeah, nice, really nice. Really nice stuff. Thank you very much, yeah. Thumbs up, really good. Okay, here is my friend Indra. I really enjoyed all his creations, coffee creations, the tea, everything. If you are around in South Jakarta and you want to check out this place, it's Kopi Pasir, right?
Hitam manis. Seruput hitam manis.
Okay.
Seruput hitam manis, kopi pasir.
Yeah. And
Ampera
it's
Raya.
on Jalan Ampera Raya.
Ampera Raya Lampul.
Okay, so come here to this place and you definitely will enjoy his creations. Yeah, so good. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Indra.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was
See you.
such a cool experience.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Terima kasih. So this is what happens when you say everything around here is boring, just I know, residential buildings, nothing really going on, and then just like out of nowhere this little coffee shop here with Indra in there, and he's such a nice guy. He made his gas wouldn't run for some reason, so he couldn't make me this Bosnian style coffee, but he gave me like 3 different of his creations, coffee, tea creations to drink, and in the end he says it's all for free, and I gave him 50,000. I said you have to take at least something. I don't want to have it for free because I know it was a hard time here in Indonesia after the pandemic, 2 years of no business, and I think he said he opened it 4 years ago. So you gotta get some money in. It's a really nice place, so I'm really glad I met him. If I have some time, I might come back, try the Turkish or Bosnian style coffee, see if I have the time. But very cool place. I'm so stoked. Just after I said there's nothing here on this southern stretch, walking by here, then I meet him. It's quite amazing what all happens if you're just walking through a city and not taking a car or bike, because then I definitely wouldn't have seen the place and just drove by. So I was lucky I chose this route, and I walked by his place. So Indra, thank you one more time. There's a clinic here just along the road, and it's the first time I see somebody offering a PCR test or antigen test. The quick one, antigen, is 65,000, so that's even less than €5, and the PCR test is 275. That's around €17, I guess. So much cheaper than it would be in Europe. But on the other hand, at the time when people needed to do many of these, and the population here in Jakarta is insanely, many people live here, obviously they would have to do many tests too, so these guys would make a lot of money anyways. Here I'm in a little store here with this guy makes juices. So many juices we can choose from. There's apples, mangoes, kiwi. I don't even know what this one is. I'm not sure if this is guava. This is guava, yeah? Yeah. Pineapple, dragon fruit, carrots, strawberries, tomatoes, Indonesian oranges. I'm not quite sure about this one. So when I'm in Indonesia, I don't drink any beer. If I stay here for 2 months, I don't know if I have 1 or 2 beer, because you can have all these fresh juices here. They're always so delicious. So instead of drinking beer, which is expensive, I drink healthy juices, which are delicious and healthier and better than beer. So I'm gonna have a dragon fruit juice. Again, but only 2 more kilometers left till the end, so just a small last break and refreshing juice here. So guys, just look at this color. The dragon fruit, so delicious. I think there's a white dragon fruit too, but I love this red one. The color is amazing, and the taste so good. Just this place on a busy road, just loud, but I don't want to bring the stuff with me. I just want to drink it here. Otherwise I have a problem with the plastic garbage, so I just leave it here so they can put it in their own garbage. Okay guys, that's it. I walked all across Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia, one of the craziest cities in the world. It's not easy to walk through Jakarta, that's why I plan to walk 2 days through the city. Unlike when I was walking in Munich, it was, I think, almost the same distance, 46 kilometers, the same like the last 2 days. But I could walk all of Munich in 1 day, something like 13 hours. And here it took me basically 2 days. But I also visited the cemetery, and it took me some time at Monas, in the city center of Jakarta. So this is the newly constructed 3rd ring road. It's not even open completely yet. So you kind of see its end here. So it's going to continue around Jakarta this way, and then continue here around too, because like you have seen, so much traffic here in Jakarta. So this here is Depok, where I walked already a couple days ago. So Jakarta is a province by itself, or a special administrative region, the capital city region. Same something like Washington DC in the States, and then we're crossing the highway here, and this is already the province of West Java and Depok. So yeah, the walk was interesting, let's say. Interesting. I like it's hard because of the traffic. Crossing roads in Jakarta is terrible. You have to get the right moment. People are just speeding. They don't really care. They don't want to slow down, let you pass the road. It's a little bit pain in the ass, but otherwise it was interesting. People were friendly. Otherwise, when they're not on their motorbikes, yeah, no bad experiences. Everything went well. Amazing city. I love Jakarta. I love being here in Indonesia. I will definitely be here more often, and yeah, I hope you guys have seen something interesting from one of the biggest cities in the world. Yeah, 46 kilometers through Jakarta, through one of the crazy cities. Definitely compared like to Singapore, which is very modern and organized city 2 hours away just from Singapore. Chaotic and modern in its own way, but very chaotic. Smell is crazy. Singapore is very clean. Here it's a different story. If you guys know somebody of you are from Indonesia, it's just normal for you guys. If I said anything bad, it's nothing against you Indonesians. I love you all. It's just kind of comparing where I'm from and this place. So I hope everybody learned something, enjoy this place here, and can see you from a different place. Bye guys.